Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. It's the final days of our Black Friday sale. Recharge this season with a bundle of cozy, soothing comfort. Now only $17.99 for our C2 mattress and base, plus free premium delivery. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here. Wishing you a very happy half-off holiday, because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. Like, Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So that means a half day. Yeah? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
So for me, it was a really weird one because it was September and I had no intention of having another attempt at giving up drinking. I was thinking maybe I'll do it in the new year. That was where I was. I was drinking very, very heavily. I had a chance meeting with Vic where we met for a coffee at 10 o'clock on a Tuesday morning.
Shall I tell them quickly how that chance meeting came about? I contacted Lucy to write a story for her website about single mums giving up alcohol. And Lucy emailed me back to say, I would love to print your article. And actually, I have my own personal relationship with alcohol. That's why I feel very passionate about this. And as soon as I read that email, I didn't know she was English. I didn't know we were pretty much the same person in a different body at the time. And I phoned her up and said, do you want to meet up for some porridge?
Yes.
And we met pretty much the next day, I think, a couple of days later.
I think it was a couple of days later. And I just couldn't believe that somebody who was struggling with drinking, who had struggled in the past with drinking, had contacted me. And it was like, I was desperate for support. I've talked before about being in this dark room with lots of doors and I couldn't open any of them. I felt like one of those doors had just unlocked at that time of hearing from you. And I went to the 10 o'clock coffee meetup with no expectations, just really to have a chat with you. We had a great chat. We were there for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And I'm going to use the word because it's really important. I really resonated with Vic and her story.
Pass the bucket.
I was like, this is somebody who is still full of life and laughter and love, and she's got so much to tell and so many stories. I mean, we were laughing our heads off at some of the crazy things we'd done in our past drinking and drug-taking years when we were in England. We were having a right laugh at the breakfast about it, but the difference was Vic had managed to say, yeah, that was fun. It was great. I can still laugh about it, but I've moved on from that now.
Yeah.
And I remember Vic saying to me, she had a cup of tea, a pot of tea and a porridge, and she went, this is me now, and sort of gestured to the porridge and the tea. And I thought, that could be me. I could do that. And then we said goodbye, and it was like I was on autopilot. I didn't even really consciously make this decision, but I walked over to the Bottle-O, which is the off-licence, and I bought a couple of bottles of wine. This was at about half past...
What a brilliant influence I have on you.
Yeah, it was like, God, all I need to get
calm
over
down.
that. Yeah. And I went home and I started drinking at about midday, and then I stayed in. My kids weren't around. I think they must have been at their dad's. And I had a 3-day bender. Where I stayed in and only went out to walk to the Bottle-O to get more wine. And that was the style of my drinking at that time. I'd moved from social drinking to drinking behind closed doors where I could drink more and I didn't disgrace myself too much because I did still manage to make drunken phone calls and Skype conversations did happen. By the second evening, I ended up going for a massive walk to the only Bottle-O that was open in my area, which was about an hour and a half's walk away. Walked all the way over there, brought a couple more bottles of wine, came back and actually passed out face down on the living room floor with my winter coat on. Woke up in the morning with my hand still clutching the bag with the wine in, and then just opened the bottle and carried on drinking.
Gosh, what time did you wake up and carry on drinking?
About 9 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, Lucy.
But I knew it was my last hurrah. But I hadn't even really planned it to myself. There was no real plan there. It was just like I was on autopilot.
It's funny that term, the last hurrah, isn't it? It sounds like it's good. Oh, yeah, the last hurrah. A wonderful day we had. It was the last hurrah. Whereas actually the last hurrah
was horrific.
is the lowest of the low. Your moment, your rock bottom is a 3-day bender. You're waking up on the living room floor with a bag of wine and you continue drinking. So that last hurrah is
not a great thing.
It's not a good thing.
But then what happened was I went to bed that night, woke up the following morning, which was the Friday, and I stopped and I haven't drunk again.
Amazing.
So it was
That's
really
the
weird
start.
because the interesting thing about that story is that a week earlier, I had no intention of giving up drinking. I didn't even know a week earlier that I was going to get sober a week later.
It's amazing
Came out of
because
nowhere.
what we talked about with Sober Dave is that thing what you were talking about earlier, Lucy, is like you are unconscious for many, many years, and that is physically and mentally. And then suddenly something clicks and you become conscious, and you become conscious of what alcohol is doing to you and doing to your life. And that's when you really feel really strong, is that moment between unconsciousness and consciousness.
Yeah.
Because you just go, I know what this is doing now. I understand it. I understand that alcohol isn't working for me anymore and I need to stop. And I know some people have all these ups and downs, and some people, stop and start and stop and start. But for some people, you suddenly do reach that consciousness and you know it's game over.
Yes, and that was where I was, and it came out of nowhere. And I believe that for many people who have struggled with their drinking habits over a long period of time, and you've reached all these rock bottoms where you've done horrific things that should have made you stop drinking, suddenly it just comes upon you like it did to me out of nowhere, and you just get sober because it's your time.
Yeah. Yeah, and it can be about timing and therapy.
Timing and therapy. Yeah, you do need support. It's not just like, bang, it comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, don't wait
I
for
don't need
that.
to drink again. Yeah, don't be waiting around. That might never happen. But yeah, so that's an interesting story because I had no intention of giving up. And not only did I give up, but it was my successful time, my only successful time in 20 years of trying.
Yeah. It's different, my story, because I didn't have like that moment. It took a while for me to get to that moment. As I said, it took therapy. So but I knew I had got to the point with my drinking after waking up with a terrible hangover with a 6-week-old baby crying in the background and a 4-year-old like running around on the landing, and me not being capable of caring for them. And I knew that something had to change. My children were my opening door, like you say. So I did, after my first child, I did try 4 years of combining motherhood and booze, because there's that transition that takes place between party girl and mum. And that's, no one prepares you for that. 1 minute you're out at, a club in Ibiza, and the next minute you're at home on your own, very, very isolated. We've talked about that a lot before. And that's how I felt. I didn't know else how to escape this new role that I'd taken on, which I actually found quite boring. I love my children, but I did find motherhood very boring and very, very lonely in the beginning. And my only way, of course, was to drink. So yeah, it did reach a point with me where I went, because of anxiety and because of the shame and guilt of being a drunken parent, I, had to reach out for support. And those two worlds collided eventually after 4 years and the birth of my second child. So, yeah, I actually reached out and got therapy. That's where my 100 days started.
Yes.
When I went into that therapy, I was planning on continuing to drink. I thought, right, I'm going to go in there and she's going to tell me that I'm not so bad and that actually I'm going to learn how to be a better drinker and moderate. That's what I was hoping. And I did have a moment in there where I realised that sobriety, after digging into my past and all the things that have happened in my life, I realised that actual full sobriety was an option for me. And that was my timing. It took 8 weeks or 10 weeks or towards the end of the 12 weeks of sessions. But there was a point in there where I went, right, actually, I don't want to drink anymore. I became conscious and I realised that actually I don't want this to be part of my life anymore. I am fed up of it.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. It's the final days of our Black Friday sale. Recharge this season with a bundle of cozy, soothing comfort. Now only $17.99 for our C2 mattress and base, plus free premium delivery. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Make holiday gifting easy with Pura's Black Friday sale. Take up to 30% off site-wide, including curated gift sets, diffusers for home and car, and single scents that make perfect stocking stuffers. For a limited time at Pura.com.
Hey, it's Mark Marin from WTF here to let you know that this podcast is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. And I'm sure the reason you're listening to this podcast right now is because you chose it. Well, choose Progressive's Name Your Price tool, and you could find insurance options that fit your budget, so you can pick the best one for your situation. Who doesn't like choice? Try it at Progressive.com. And now, some legal info. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
So, as you probably know, my comedy memoir, 1,000 Wasted Sundays, is officially out. All my magnificent fuck-uppery in one awkward hit. If you'd like to get your hands on a copy, it's now available from all good bookstores.
We always say all good bookstores, don't we?
Yeah.
Are there bad bookstores?
No, it's probably ones with moody sellers.
Oh yeah, really depressed librarian folk.
Yes,
okay,
good. So there are probably some, but we're only storing it in the good ones.
It's only made it into the goodies.
You can also get it from all good online retailers. The print version and ebook are out now, and the audiobook will be available in March. I've been writing my memoir for 5 years. It will make you laugh, cry and cringe, and hopefully inspire a few people to reconsider their relationship with booze. If you love the podcast, then I think you'll love the book, even if I do say so myself. Hamish has read it. What did you think?
I feel like I know a little bit too much about you now, to be honest, Vic. Look, I really loved it. It was hilarious and surprisingly moving, but I feel like I've seen you naked in a literary sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's worrying.
Yeah. From an emotional point of view, seriously, it wobbled my teeny weeny wooden heart, Vic.
Okay.
My teeny little wooden heart.
Well, his wooden heart is broken. Anyway, so if you do manage to get your filthy mitts on a copy, please do me a favour and head to goodreads.com and give me a review. Doing that will help me get it out there to those that need a bit of sober support. So there you have it. My story, unwanted warts and all. Come and get awkward with me.
Not to be too demanding or anything, but seriously, go and buy it now.
Yeah, go and buy it. Go and buy it right now.
Yeah, don't just tell your friends, buy it, and then buy your friends one or two.
Yeah, don't give them a copy, buy it. Yeah.
And you know what? Don't be careful where you store it. If you lose it, you can always buy another 5.
Buy another one.
Yeah.